Well, it seems that for many people, Kubernetes appears to be the solution to all scalability problems. Why this is not true for you?
Because you you have to install Kubernetes on servers, and you have to say, okay, these are the servers that I'm installing Kubernetes on, and that's essentially your compute pool. You want to change the resources available, you have to add servers. And maybe because of cost reasons, you want to scale that back, then you have to remove servers. Whose responsibility is that? It's not Kubernetes' responsibility. That's why you saw Google recently announce something called Autopilot. So this is not something I believe that they've open sourced, but it is a service that they use in the Google Cloud, which now tries to essentially provide those kind of capabilities, right? They're moving up the stack. And I think there's a lot more that you could do to move up the stack, essentially to where we are at Nimbella. But the idea that, by itself, it solves all the problems in terms of scalability, it's not there. It gives you a way of managing existing resources that you deploy Kubernetes on, but doesn't give you elasticity beyond that, right? Now it's extra work to add servers and configure those policies accordingly, and then remove them when you sort of don't need them because they might cost you real dollars or whatever your currency is, but there's actual costs associated with that. So that's part of some of the complexity you also have to deal with as an operator of the infrastructure. And if you look at it from the developer's perspective, there's really two different personas here, right? From the developer perspective, what do I want? I want to be able to write and ship code fast. I want it to be secure, and I want it to be scalable. And maybe I also want it to be cheap. So, these are different constraints from, hey, I need to manage 100 servers or 1,000 servers. And, that's where Kubernetes really, the solution for that is Kubernetes. And it helps you sort of managing those underlying resources, but it doesn't help you solve any of the other problems that a developer is focused on. So understanding what persona you are and what problem you're trying to solve really helps guide you in terms of saying, yes, Kubernetes is a solution we should consider versus, no, we should just adopt serverless. And serverless by itself has its own problems. And that's not to say it sort of, solves everything and it's this magical unicorn. Often requires understanding how you use cloud APIs, rethinking your architecture in ways that make it reactive. And if you're porting legacy code to this, you need a gentle migration approach as opposed to just completely rewriting code, which often is a non-starter because it's too difficult to do. So, to answer your question, I think, Kubernetes only goes so far. You need to understand whether it's really a solution for you. Are you in the operator side of things where you're really touching and managing infrastructure? Or are you on the value extraction for your business and you're sort of trying to think about what's the application I'm trying to build? What are the APIs I'm building? What's the state I have to manage? And for that, Kubernetes shouldn't enter your lexicon because it's a distraction.
Well, being such a complex technology, how much does Kubernetes really cost?